All right, welcome to the stream. My name is Defi Mike. If you're watching the replay, shout out to you coming in here a little late, but greatly appreciate it. If you don't know who I am, I've been in crypto since 2017, and we've actually done some great things. We're not going to speak about that. We've taught a couple 100,000 people about these financial markets, and let's get this thing rolling. Let me make sure that we are live here. Big week in the markets. If you're watching this live, hit that like button. We have inflation numbers coming out this week, and we are going to break down here tonight. Is the market going to die from here? So if you're watching this live, always great to know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. Shout out the Dodgers. Huge walk-off win once again today. But smash that like button and feel free to invite a friend on here if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the chat. What's up? OKC in the building. Damon LFG in the building. Excited that you're here. So let's talk about what's going on this week first in the markets. Then we will go into some of these charts. I'll even answer some questions here. My schedule has been all over the place today. I did say I was going to do this at 9:30, and then we switched it to 9, and then, whatever. Let's just let everybody know we're live here. Okay, so CPI this week, happening on Wednesday. We have PPI on Tuesday, but all eyes are around Wednesday. Now, what is CPI? Let's talk about it. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index, okay? This is inflation numbers. This stat measures the average change over time in the prices paid by urban consumers for a market basket of consumer goods. All this means in English is, are the prices of these categories going up or going down? What's up, Sacramento, New Zealand? Good evening. What's up, Las Vegas? Now, let's use some common sense here. These numbers can say whatever they want. This is a very big week in the markets, okay? We have August inflation that reports July's numbers, right? August releases July's numbers. So July 2024 CPI data is scheduled to be released August 14th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern times. This is going to affect the stock market. This is going to affect the crypto market. This is going to affect all of the markets. Why? We'll get into that here in a second. But we can see here, I'm actually going to open up this article right here, okay? The consumer CPI for all urban consumers increased 3.0% from June 2023 to June of 2024. Consumer prices for food rose from 2.2 price for the end of the year, June 2024, while the energy prices increased 1.0. Now we can see, okay, let's see with this all items button. Okay, we're going to leave that on here. From 2014, the 12-month percentage change for CPI has moved accordingly. Okay, can we leave that right there? Okay. Look at the inflation numbers. Okay, inflation was pretty much at like nothing. Okay, when President Trump came in, so don't believe the hype of what you're hearing today in the media. I deleted my Twitter account because I'm so sick and tired of seeing just stuff I don't want to see. And even when you hide it and report it, I love Twitter. I'll probably go on from my desktop. But right now, put a 1 in the chat if you use Twitter and you see the toxicity of the politics going on Twitter. It makes me sick how people can say some things, and I don't want to get this into a political statement. So let's show some facts. Let's show some real numbers here. Okay, inflation was low in 2016. Okay, the blue line is what we're watching here. In 2020, inflation was low when Mr. Biden came in. And then inflation kind of got out of hand. Okay? It got out of hand all the way up to 9%. And these are the numbers that they give us. Okay? The numbers are a lot higher. The numbers in reality are like 17 to 20% the world inflation is experiencing right now. The world is not experiencing, and the US is not experiencing the numbers we're seeing here, but this is the data. So let's talk about the data. The data has been going down. The data for inflation has been going down. Now, what happens? Okay, let's just write this over here so everybody can understand this if you're new to crypto or trading or in the markets. When inflation is going up, actually, let's put this first here. What is the Fed or the Federal Reserve's goal, right? They always talk about this maintaining, because inflation is part of life. Everything is going to go higher in price. Rent prices, higher. Mortgages, higher. The cost of houses, higher. Cars, higher. The goal as an investor is putting your money in places where you can out earn inflation, right? If inflation is 7% and you make 10%, you're doing a good job at maintaining and slowly growing your wealth. Put a 2 in the chat if that makes sense. When inflation is so high, now you have to like really focus on making more money or you're in trouble. Because if you don't make more money and inflation goes crazy, you're being robbed silently. It's not a knock on the door, here's a gun. It's knock on the door, the back door, when you're not home. They rob you, you show up from vacation, and now your whole life's gone. They even moved your house. You ever seen one of those like mobile homes where you see like a tractor like pulling the mobile home? Let me pull up a picture here. Mobile home being towed. This is literally what happens during inflation. Okay. Imagine your home. Imagine this is your like real house though. And like your house just gets moved one day because a Chevy Silverado decided, hey, we're going to go take your home. That's what happens with inflation. So hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, whatever. Federal Reserve's goal is to maintain 2%. Now, what we saw in the past 2 years is inflation went higher, aka CPI up. So when CPI is going up, what does the Federal Reserve do? They raise rates. Okay? In an environment, I hope you're learning and I hope you hit this like button for this right here. In an environment where rates are going up, let me put it here. What happens to the currency of the country that is raising rates? It rises because now investors can put their money in dollars or in America and get a higher rate, right? Earn more off their money, essentially. So they put the money in the DXY, in the dollar. So when the rates go up, the currency rises, okay? We just saw Japan, right? Threatening to raise rates, but now they're going to stop and they're going to pause. What's going to happen to their currency? Okay, if they were raising rates, their currency would get a lot stronger, but since they're going to stop and maybe even cut like we are in America, what's going to happen when rates drop now? Think with me, think with me, think with me. Rates start to drop. Now, this doesn't happen immediately, and it doesn't happen right away. So please understand this. Right now, I'm talking macro. I'm talking bigger picture. Okay, bigger picture. But rates start to drop, that currency starts to lose value. Is everybody with me here tonight? I wasn't even going to talk about this in depth, but I hope this is making sense. Now, remember, it doesn't happen right away. Rates start to drop, currency loses value. Now, let's talk about it. That money, it doesn't just disappear. No, it just moves. Where does that money move to? It moves into on-risk assets, okay? Assets that have risk. Crypto, real estate. It moves. Okay, simple. So this week, inflation has been slowly, let's just use this chart right here, kind of slow, or no, it has been going down, right? It has been going down. Now, in June, okay, in May, we were at 3.2. In June, we were at 3.0. And now they are forecasting, okay, we got to meet one day. Hopefully we all get a chance to meet. Okay. Appreciate you guys for watching this thing live. Always grateful that you're here. And look, I have a gift for y'all. I want to say something, but my team is watching this and they're going to get mad at me for spoiling a free gift I have for all the supporters and people that have been following me for quite some time. Um, just make sure you're paying attention to my YouTube, my Instagram, this later this week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So that's something for you, a little gift from me. Okay. So inflation over the past few months has been going what? It's been going down. So if it's going down, the narrative, right? This is important. The narrative of the message or the thought process of investors and smart money is that the Fed is able to cut rates sooner. Let's take a look real quick at what they are saying the percentages real quick. CMEgroup.com, they are saying sold to 100 would be great, but we'll talk about that in a second, okay? So right now, this is where we're at. They are saying September, there's a 40. Now look at this. This number is changing. There's now a 48% chance that we cut once in September. I've seen this as high as 80, 90%. So what we're going to see, I think this number will go higher if inflation does fall tomorrow. Now we can see here. Now this is what's crazy. This is also predicting that we could see even a full point to 3/4 of a point by November. Okay. What would the market do? Well, let's take a look at the charts. Because the charts at the end of the day, it gives us the direction anyways. The charts always gives us the direction anyways. We've been looking for bearish ideas on the DXY literally since March, right? We've been looking for the dollar. Okay, this is the DXY, the value of the dollar. I'll just put the value of the dollar to the left, and I'll even put the Japanese yen to the right. Okay, let's just take a look at this real quick. Okay, dollar to the left, yen to the right. So Japanese dollar, literally, guys, literally, their economy's been going crazy. Literally, the past couple of weeks, the yen has been gaining so much strength because there were rumors. I don't know if they did. Did they raise rates? I think they raised a little bit, right? I think they raised rates. Sometimes, like, you do like a million things and then you just like forget. Japan raised rates last week or a couple weeks ago. They raised the rates, right? Yes, they raised rates. Okay, they raised rates. So what happened to their dollar? Okay, or what happened to the Japanese yen? Excuse me. Japanese yen, boom, skyrockets. Now they're talking about they're pausing rates. Now, if you look at this chart right here on the Japanese yen, this chart right here is screaming, hey, why is this lagging? If we slow down in this level, and this is great for the Forex traders on here, I focus mainly on crypto and stocks, but you trade some Forex from here and there. I just definitely don't want to be labeled a Forex trader because that shit makes me sick. But yeah, the yen does look like it wants to fall. Okay, the yen does look pretty bearish here. So, anyways, why are we lagging? Japanese yen comes on the screen, boom, starts lagging. Okay, so there we go. So we look at the dollar. Okay, the dollar looks like it wants to fall as well. So which one will fall first? Now, I do like the label of a Forex trader is just so toxic. So please don't put me in that category. Thank you very much. Price is creating a new low. Exactly, Tanner. Created a new low here. I would love to see a level like 101, 102 hit if inflation starts to go down. Okay, or if inflation could stay the same, the numbers, and the dollar could fall. Or it could go down and the dollar could fall as well. But based on the chart, let's just talk chart. I'd like to see this wick get filled. And I'd like to see the dollar kind of come back into this level right here. So We'll take a look at a couple of charts. If you guys want to ask any questions on the crypto side or stock side, feel free to drop them in the chat box, and I'll take a look here. Now, this past week, about a week ago, we had one of the greatest sell-offs, right, that we've seen in a while here from the top. But just that day, right, we had a 15% drop on Bitcoin in the day. Yep, the day. But when you look at this, price created a new low. Then price, is kind of trading down, right? You see that whole like trend line right here? Gets wrecked. Breaks structure. So, the price market can easily just kind of do one of these and then continue. So like these pullbacks, I'm pretty bullish here, to be honest with you. I don't mind. Now, I would be very, very, very aware if price closes under 50K, we're in some trouble, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. My first level of potential re-entry on Bitcoin would probably be around 55, 56. If it goes from here, great. But I would look for something like this. See if something like that can take us out. Historically, August is not a good month for crypto. So let's take a look at that real quick. And if you guys have questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll answer your guys' questions here in a second. Remember though, crypto's historically not a good performer in August. Like right now, we're down 9%. Like August is historically a bad month. So maybe it closes like 4 or 5% minus. But for this to get into the positive, it's going to take a lot. So could August be one of those months where it's just slow chop, September, slow chop, and then slowly, boom, October? Very possible. But we use data to get like a seasonality, but we don't just use data. Oh, August has to be a bad month. Let me just look for only sales. That's how you get wrecked. Now, if you're one of my students in my inner circle, ladies and gentlemen, I was at the Dolphins game. I was watching a football game with my family at the stadium on Friday night. And at 8:30, about 8:30 at night, Solana went right back into my zone. I sent out an alert to hundreds of thousands of students, and we hit our exit 1 and we hit our exit 2. If any of my students are on here, feel free to let me know if you caught it in chat. And this was a massive move, and this is what we talk about, that risk to reward. See, Solana went down. My personal stop loss was right here. We hit our exit 1 to 2.5, easy money. And then we had about a 1 to 6 risk to reward, 1 to 5. About 1,700 pips, if you know what a pip is, points in the market. Boom. Oh, that's a low blow. Sorry to hear that you were at a Dolphins game. All right, bring that same energy this season. The Jaguars on bring that same energy. Jaguars on September 7th. We're going to cut them Jaguars in half. So this was an idea. I'm just messing with you. This was an idea. A real simple level, right? You have lows, price break structure, gives us the buy to sell move. This was the short right there. I didn't catch the re-entry, but there was actually another re-entry right here. If we go down, time frames, 15-minute. Like, so beautiful. So beautiful. Cedric caught it, my man. I'm a Packers fan. I actually shout out to Jordan Love because he got Tua paid. They overpaid Jordan Love, and then it made Tua's deal look like Tua got guaranteed money because of Jordan Love. But we won't talk about sports on here. Maybe we'll do another channel for that. Follow me on Instagram. I've been playing golf, and I go to a lot of sports events. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. It's this DeFi Mike Sotero. Blue check mark. Never ask you for money, so don't send money to fake accounts. Today I got tons of messages from people. Hey, is this you on Telegram asking to trade your money? No, I will never trade your money. I will never invest for you. I will never ask you for money. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, if it gets to that point, I will not be on YouTube. Just know that. Okay, if it gets to that point where I need to borrow money, I will not be here. Okay, so if you see me disappear for like 10 years, well, I might disappear anyways. But anyways, back to the session. So XRP right now, Macro structure, okay? Macro structure, similar to Bitcoin. XRP, I mean, excuse me, Solana had a wick into 110. So, you could say that Solana did sweep this liquidity right here, and that's what it needed to do. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully, like Bitcoin, it can slow down and go higher. On its ascension back up, this is really nice. Like, I think Solana has a clean path back to 198 to 200. So I really like that. XRP, obviously, we had the news. I sent out an alert to all my students last week at 45 cents. If you didn't have XRP for whatever reason, you might get another opportunity, but what's up with all this? We sniped that 45-cent entry. We had the liquidity sweep. Boom. Price came back. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 45, 44 cents. Obviously, this case is in the bag. Would have expected the market to go higher, but I think the whole market was expecting XRP to go higher. So then an event like XRP winning, it does affect Bitcoin. It does affect the rest of the market because of expectation that we're about to all get rich. We're all about to make a lot of money. So that expectation sometimes it affects the whole thing, but the market's going to do what the market's going to do. So that's the game there. I'm going to answer some questions here in the chat. Mike, do you like a sell position on ZEC? Don't Is that Zcash? I don't even really trade that, man. But I mean, no, no. I actually like a buy position on. This is Zcash, right? Honestly, this is not even a bad. Zcash. This is an OG project. What's the market cap of this? 622. Yep, 21 million tokens. It's at layer one. What's the all-time high and all-time low? 16 and 3,100. Honestly, this is not a bad level, and it seems like it's already moving. This is not a bad level to catch a pullback and add some in the portfolio. I haven't looked at Zcash in like 5 years, since like 2017. But honestly, this is not a bad level here to add some for the portfolio. But the thing is, Zcash is a privacy coin, right? It's like very similar to like Monero, I believe, and the government doesn't like that. So, call it what it is. There is a bounty. If you guys don't know this, there is a bounty for somebody to hack Monero. And they've been trying to do this. This is like 4 years old. They put a $500,000 bounty if you can get Monero's code. How many people did not know this? Okay. You can see who's trying to do that. I'm not going to even say the letters on this call, but that's wild because they're scared of those types of coins. And I believe what's going on here? I believe every single centralized exchange in America will not be able to have Monero or Zcash or anything like that. But honestly, I kind of like playing into that narrative and that portfolio play. So $41 Zcash, I would love to see it between 30 and 50 for some well, no, a little bit lower than that. Probably. See, I don't like that wick there. And this is important. Right now we're on Binance's price feed. If you see like the market just like wick down, see if it did that on other. See like how Coinbase is a completely different price feed. So make sure it matches where you're buying crypto. Usually Bitfinex is pretty good. Jesus Christ, hold on. What's up with that orange line there? I hate when I come to chart. Look at this. I didn't touch this. I had this orange line here, I guess, from years ago. I haven't looked at this chart in years. That's wild. And there's an alert set on that. That gets me angry sometimes. When I go to a chart and I see Yeah, there's an alert here. What the heck? It's obviously not active because it's grayed out. Wow, that's frustrating. Anyways, I'd like for something like this. Not gonna lie, for Zcash. I might even call this out to my students. I'll give the exact price points to them. Anyways, any other questions in the chat? Let crypto fall, then we buy. Yeah, DCA is always a strategy. We're playing the long-term game here. Let me know in the chat. Just put a 4 in the chat if you're playing the long-term game in crypto. If you're playing into the next halving. Oh God, here comes the I hate Bitcoin block half because like now like so many ads on that site. But if you're playing into the next Bitcoin halving, what's this one? Nicehash.com. I guess they didn't want to update for the next halving. But let's just go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin block half. So many ads on the site. But if you're playing long term, right? You're playing to the next 1,300 days. That's considered really long term in crypto. Yeah, the market can go through 2 cycles before that. So we need to play this and navigate this market very carefully. Current market prices. And if there's any last questions, please ask now. Um, you know, you're looking at market. Let's actually pivot here to the last point. Look at market caps of crypto, right? Other than ETH and Bitcoin and Tether, but these market caps, BNB, Solana, I mean, this is not a lot of money in these assets, everybody. Okay, so just understand, like, we've seen one day, right? One good day for Ethereum double, triple the size of entire Solana's market cap. So just like be aware, like money in, money out. This is still such a small market. You're talking about projects like Chainlink at 6 billion. Like I see Chainlink at 60 to 100 billion on the next run in the next 4 years. I do see Polkadot. I think Polkadot figures it out, 20, 30 billion in market cap. I think XRP is going to 2, 300, 400 billion in market cap. So those are just some predictions. Just kind of talking out loud here. How low do you think Sol will go? Um, you know, I like, DCA long term. I would play the 80 to 150 range, to be honest with you. Every week I'd be looking to dollar cost average 80 to 150. If you want a fat zone, like a not stress, don't not worry about your portfolio. If you're trying to get, a little bit of a better entry, then yeah, maybe we can maybe see price come down here into like the 80s, 90s if you want to be patient and wait for that. But the market doesn't have to do that. This wick. Oh, I actually forgot to go over this last week with my students. Take a look at this. So, like, take a look at this. From February of 2024, this last low, put a 1 in the chat if you see the market kind of push down and then it took off, right? It went and then it took off. This point to this point. This point to this point. Everybody see that? Put a 1 in the chat if you see it. This point to this point. Look close. Let me delete that black line. Look very closely. So from this low to this high, we measure fibs from low to highs. You guys are having a full-on conversation about basketball in the chat. Give me a second and I'll engage in this sports talk. From this low to this high, for Solana, for example. When the market corrected itself last week, this is just off of fib. What did this wick do? This wick went under this low, this low, this low, this low, this low. And what fib did it hit? 88.6. You would have not seen that if you were not paying attention to higher time frames. Turn the volume off for a second. So if you're not paying attention to higher time frames and you're only looking at the markets or a stock or a crypto on smaller time frames like 15-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, it's so easy to get faked out. And I think that's the problem with a lot of new traders and new investors. They're so worried or stuck. I'm having deja vu right now, so this is really trippy. I've been taking this magnesium stuff. Magnesium glycinate. Been dreaming more, sleeping better, but I'm having deja vu right now. All right. Is deja vu real or fake? Somebody in the chat box tell me. I don't know. I swear it's real. All right, conversation for another day, maybe a different YouTube stream, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get some thumbs down here because I'm talking about deja vu. Anyways, so do you see how the market literally rebalanced itself and then started to push back up? Interesting. Something I just wanted to kind of let people know. So like when you see a bigger swing, so like if we take the whole market, I don't want to delete everything but like if we go from this low to this high, this would be an 80% retracement would be Solana at $50. I don't think we're going to see that. So like to be honest, if it were to go into a bear market though, that would be a level that I play off of. If for whatever reason everything starts to die off and everything goes to hell, then that would be like my overall send it, going homeless level of me buying Solana. Empty everything. But I don't think we're going to go into a recession or a bear market. I feel like we've already been in one. So just an idea. When you're looking at the market, look at the whole thing. Okay, look at the bigger time frames, then go down to smaller time frames. I don't want to give too much here. I did want to pull up one thing. I was actually just organizing some stuff here. Like overall stock market had a massive sell-off, right? We've seen trillions of dollars drop in the past couple of weeks. This is on the S&P 500. And very similar. Oh, man. I think we went over this on one of these YouTube streams. I know I did. Because I know I broke down. Was it S&P? I think it was S&P. I don't know if it was this chart, but we had talked about a pullback back into this 5,000 level. We actually missed it by a little bit. Maybe it was US 30. Can't remember which one it was. But anyways, US 30 actually gave one of the cleanest short position setups. And I hate when people backtest and say, if it did this, I would have sold it here. But you can kind of see here, liquidity, low, break a structure, price rebalanced itself, now pushing back to the upside. Would not be surprised. This is US 30 here. Okay, top 30 US companies. If the market were to come back down here and then make a massive move to the upside in the next couple of weeks. If these lows if these lows do get swept, I think the stock market is in some trouble. And I don't think that would happen going into the election. Once again, I said this earlier in the stream. I had to delete Twitter because I'm tired of seeing idiots talk about politics on Twitter. And I don't even really get into that. I don't really reply. But the amount of the amount of the I word would be nice tonight that are giving their opinion on stuff is an amazing thing because it's freedom of speech. I'm all for that. All for it. But what I'm not for is letting my mind or letting my eyes read this dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys like ever just read something, you're like, you are a part of the problem. You are exactly why we're in this position. You're exactly why inflation is high. It feels like that sometimes. And all you can do is all you can do. So you don't want to give that type of energy. And I've been saying this since the year started. Election year, stuff's going to happen. Things are going to break. People are going to start saying stuff and doing stuff that they never have said or never have done. And the media is just going to ramp it up. And you know what the media is doing right now? They're ramping it up. Why? Clicks. They make money when you give attention. They make money when you get angry. They make money when you get, oh, this chart is moving right now. They make money when you become bitter about the political side of the things in the world. So don't fall into the trap. And that's my message. Instead, make money from the trap. Instead, get plugged into education and get out of the trap, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to get out of the trap, right? Get out of the rat race. Get out of this. Suey Brick said, you can win the rat race, but you're still a rat. Crazy. Could you look at Gary Network? I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to go into too much stuff on streams until I do research. But come back again, and I'll hopefully I'll go through my chat here later, and I'll go through it. And the next time, come back on my YouTube stream. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And I go live from time to time. Just we have some fun. What's up, Tanisha, Marlon? Appreciate you for being here. And we'll take a look at some stuff. Okay, what's going on in bonds, crypto, stocks? Just some good conversation, you know. I think it's important to have some positive conversations this year, as this year is going to come to an end very quickly, and things are going to get not worse, but things are going to get more spicy. You know, the election is, coming in a couple months, and remember, people will say whatever they have to say to get you to vote. People will lie, people will manipulate, but if you have one power, okay, there's a book I want you to read. Book changed my life so much. I actually read this book before. I actually read this book before I started, going to church and really getting into the Word of God. And I think this book really helped me understand some things that maybe you don't understand when you read the Bible. It put it in a different perspective, because if there's a good, there's an evil. If there's a good, there's a bad. If there's a God, there's also the opposition. And this book, whether it's real or not, some of the things that's taught in the book and the audiobook, audiobook, goosebumps. It's just a powerful book. I don't know how to explain it. And, whatever your belief system is, I believe in God. And, I believe that's the foundation, 1,000,000%. Okay, let me make that real clear. And this book really just challenged me to think. And it put things in a way that really backs up the Bible, which is powerful. And then it makes it in a way that you could understand why people do things in a certain way. Man, it's such a good book. I used to have a book club on it. Maybe we'll bring that back. Let me know if y'all want me to bring the book club back. I have like 5 Outwitting the Devils, because every time I get one, I either give it away or I lose them, and I don't know where they go. And maybe I'll bring it back on YouTube and we'll have some fun with this. Let me know if y'all want me to do that. I would do it on Instagram, but I don't really. People on Instagram are weird. I like YouTube a lot better than Instagram. Let me know if we should do a book club. Maybe we'll get a flyer out. This is like one of the top personal development books I've ever read. Okay. Maybe we'll do this. I actually found the Outwitting the Devil book that I did my last book club with, that has all the notes and outlines. So let me know in the chat if you want me to do this. It would be actually pretty fun to do it here on YouTube. But I need one favor, though. If I decide to do it, I need you to promote it. I need you to actually send out the YouTube link, tell people about it. Because the information taught in this, it affects your trading, because it affects your psychological being. It affects your psychology of how you look at life and how you look at education and how you look at money. And the book, guys, the book is not to worship the devil. For those that read the title, outwitting means to outpace, to outbeat, to win, to beat, to defeat. Okay, it's not even a religious book. People sometimes read the title and they just, here we go. People that read the title and think that way, they don't know how to think for themselves. So okay, you don't know how to think for yourself, and then you're being told that FTX is going to crash Solana, but then when you look at the volume, the all-time high in volume in Solana was when it was crashing, smart money was buying, people that didn't know how to think for themselves were selling to the smart money who was buying, holding, and then boom, it does a 10, 20x. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly why you need to learn how to think for yourself. Marlon. That might be the title of this stream. Don't judge a book by its cover. God dang it, that's such a good. Drop some 7s in the chat for Marlon's comment right there. Can I pin that? I need to pin that comment. Good Lord. I don't know how to pin it right now, but that was such a good comment. Oh, here we go. Pin message. That is pinned at the top of this stream right now, Marlon. Because that's a fact. Don't judge a coin by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a person. Don't judge a person by its cover. Been talking too much today. I got to record a bunch of videos hereafter. And if you don't know, I got a gift, free gift for all of you because you show up to my YouTube streams and because you're following me on Instagram. And if you don't, here it is. Don't follow me on Twitter because I deleted my Twitter for the next 3 months. I'm sick and tired of the election bullshit. But make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, DeFi Mike Sotero, and hit the like button, subscribe button. I appreciate you. I am going to do a poll on my Instagram channel after this, and we're gonna start this. We're gonna take action. Okay, we're gonna take action. We're gonna launch. It's gonna probably take me 2 weeks to get through this. Maybe we'll do 1 week and then just do 2 chapters in the book club, and I'll just give you guys the highlights of each chapter. That's probably the fastest way to do it. Probably do like 5 days together. Would you guys commit to 5 days in a row and we just knock out this book together? You can order the book in advance. Maybe we'll do this next week. Order the book in advance. We'll do 5 days. We'll do like 2 or 3 chapters, kind of a little bit of summary of each one. If you don't have the book or can't get the book, it's okay. I'll literally read it. I'll literally read the most important parts of this book to you. And then we'll leave it all on YouTube. We'll make it a playlist. Outwitting the Devil Book Club. I just need a favor. I don't really ask for too much stuff. Will you promote the book club? Okay. If you can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on another stream in the future. Have some fun. Go through the channel. On my channel, we got comparison videos from Ethereum to Solana. We have videos on all of my thoughts, everything documented. I don't delete any videos. And you can go back and see the proof is in the pudding. I've been doing this now, entrepreneurship, for 11 years. I've been doing, I've been involved in crypto since early 2017. I don't know it all. I'm not the perfect trader. I'm not the best trader. I'm not the best investor. I just come on YouTube for fun, really, and to find it as a way of giving back, right? You can give back with money, which I'm a believer in, but you could also give back with your time, okay? Yes, I have the book, but haven't read it yet. Great. This would be a great time. Let's read it together. That would be great. Yep. Yes, sir. What's up, Macy? Good to see you. Heck yeah. Will there be a flyer? Yeah, I'll get a flyer made. If you guys are going to promote it, I'll get a flyer made. Maybe we do 5 days, Monday through Friday. Maybe spend like 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day together, read the book, go through a couple chapters together. I literally have the book. I just found it. I'm going to go get it right now. When we get off here. From my last book club I did about 2.5 years ago. We had like 150, 200 people a night on my Instagram live. I believe it was Instagram and on Facebook, doing the book club on that specific book. So actually, I was bringing in pastors. I had my friend Alex Klott, shout out to him. He actually came in and we actually did a couple sessions together, and he actually gave it from like a biblical perspective as well. And the last point here, the reason why personal development is important, not really in trading or investing. Like it is, but it's not. You don't have to, but it is, but it's not. Is it really just makes you more valuable? And I'm typing, but my screen's not being shared. I want to actually end it on this, okay? The reason why personal development is important, I'm going to say it again, is you can have no personal development and make money trading and investing and buy some stuff and make money. That's fine. But what happens is you get better. And when you get better, you become more valuable. If you're not in personal development, the first person I tell everybody they should study is Jim Rohn. If I didn't listen to Jim Rohn, and everybody here has heard his voice is in freaking music videos these days. It's in songs that they put his voice in songs, and then what's this called? Rex Life Raj talks about Jim Rohn. I mean, all these like big time rappers are starting to catch on to personal development. So start here. If you don't know who to watch, just go type in Jim Rohn, The Day That Changed My Life. So many stuff. Last point here. When you become more valuable, Okay. Here's what happens is now you have one, the ability to think for yourself. Why is this important, everybody? Let me give you to you as an example in the markets. You have people like Jim Cramer, who is paid to make people lose money on the internet. Who's Jim Cramer? It's this guy. This guy. Okay. See, look, what does this say? $5 million a year to make people lose money on CNBC. See, this is the part. Look at the people that were on here. We had about 40 people on the stream and 50% got off. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. Ability to think for yourself. Jim Cramer's on TV saying Carvana is a bad stock. The market is in a recession. If you have the ability to think for yourself, you don't fall for that stuff. So that's where personal development comes in. That's where having also common sense and understanding how the media is used to control, because if this is the media, they're just sending things out in the world to just control the people and to put things in sight, right? Out of sight, out of mind, in sight, in mind. Recession, recession. If they want us to believe that we're in a recession, they start to use that word more. But are we in one, or were we already in one, or maybe we're about to go into one? So just understand that there is power in understanding personal development. 2 words: personally develop it. Personal and development. Developing yourself personally. It's a skill. It's a lifelong journey. I mean, not a skill. It's a lifelong journey. And it does affect your trading. It does affect your business. It does affect how you raise your kids. It does affect everything. You know why I love trading and investing and why I'm passionate about it? Because not everybody is. It's a community. Like, guys, most people are not talking about it's Sunday night. I'm in Miami. I could be at the club. I could be at the bar. I could be anywhere. I live in the middle of, okay, where everything's popping. I could be at Sexy Fish wasting money on a $30 steak that they charge $500 for. Been there, done that. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool until it's not cool. It's cool until you realize that $500 on that steak, that's really the same value of that $30 steak that you could have just cooked or got it somewhere else. That $500 is going to be like $5,000 if you put it in the damn Ripple right now. So anyways, the point is this. When you have the ability to think for yourself, you start to make better decisions. Start to make better decisions with your money and with your time. And being in like Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, I applaud you if you're watching this live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I finished the whole thing. Shout out to you for going through this entire stream. Most people start and they never finish in their life. Goes for a lot of areas, okay? Hope y'all have a great night. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next stream. God bless you. Have a great rest of your week. See you at the top.